A man tasked with protecting Austin children is now accused of molesting a child.
Mark LaVere worked with Texas Child Protective Services for 23 years before retiring in 2006. The 52-year-old turned himself into authorities after a 12-year-old girl told her parents he abused her. LaVere worked for CPS in Lockhart and Austin from 1984 to 2006. He then moved to Arkansas, where he helped the victim's family move to Alaska. Our Jenny Hoff joins us with the investigation that stretches back here to Central Texas. Jenny.
Well, Leslie, authorities believe there could be other victims who came into contact with LaVere when he worked with CPS here in the Austin area, and it wouldn't be that surprising, as child predators tend to flock to jobs where there are children with no place to go. They are the state's most vulnerable children, and they are often prime targets for attack.
Molesters are prime manipulators. They know where to hit. They know when to hit.
Mark LaVere worked for CPS in the Austin area for 23 years. The agency is now looking for his personnel file to see which children he may have come into contact with. This after the former child protector admits to molesting a 12-year-old girl in Arkansas.
There's a criminal background check and there's a check of the child abuse registry. So if there's some history of either a criminal violation or history of child abuse, that would come up.
But Sandra Martin with the Center for Child Protection says that's not enough. She believes there needs to be more surveillance on those whose job it is to care for kids in state custody.
I think it's a big mistake for people to assume that once they've gone through very perfunctory kind of checks that you can then turn that person loose.
CPS says they believe LaVere retired in good standing, though without his personnel file, they can't say if there were ever complaints against him. And authorities are now looking into the possibility of other victims in the Central Texas area.
When it does happen, it's so big because then it opens the whole arena of how many other children and where the other gaps in the system.
Now, LaVere is being held in jail on a $50,000 bond. CPS says they will cooperate with investigators on locating any other possible victims. Live in the studio, Jenny Hoff, KXAN Austin News.